Alright, today we're going to be creating spring rolls, and the first step number one in creating a spring roll, is to find the spices that you desire for the spring roll. So today I already cut up a little parsley, I have some basil leaves all cut up, and last but not least, most important actually, is your mint, which I have cut up all in different containers. As well, I like to add a little spice and pizzazz to it, so I have been marinating a few onions in what we call ponzu, or what is called ponzu, which is simply soy sauce and a squeeze of citrus. I'm using lemon today, so that should suffice, and we're going to put that over here with the rest of the things. Another key ingredient that you need is a cucumber. I'm going to show you in a second how we're going to cut the cucumber and add it to this delicious, delicious, healthy, nutritious. Spring roll skins. That is what makes them so delicious. These cost approximately $1.70 at your local, at least at they cost about $1.70. There's probably at least 50 of them in the package, product. So, and they're so incredibly easy. I've already prepared a thing with water in it. You just need a very little bit of water. I keep it on my stove. You grab out one of these very thin little pieces of paper. They're just rice paper basically, and you put it into the water, which I have at a lukewarm temperature. I kept it at a lukewarm temperature. I don't want it too warm or too hot. And you let it sit in there for about 30 seconds. Meanwhile, while we're waiting for that to soften up, we are going to take care of the cucumber. Peeling the cucumber. I only start off with about half of it, doing a quick peel. Alright. Throw all this into a compost if you have one. Excellent. And we go ahead and slice it down here and here. Perfect. And now we cut it down the middle. And then you want to actually spoon out the seeds. I actually like to put the seeds into a little container and saute them as well. So I just go scoop them out. Alright, and after you've done that, the basic inside looks pretty hollow. And that's about 30 seconds, if not longer. We're going to go ahead and grab out the skin, which, as you saw before, it was very rigid and it is now soft. We're going to clear off the cucumbers, and we're going to get back to those in a minute. Clear all of this, and we're going to place this in as much, flatten it all out, get it into a nice round area. There you go. Perfect. And as I said before, I'm using mixed greens. Often people use green leaf lettuce, but just for today I was feeling a little bit lazy and more like I wanted a little bit more flavor to it. So I've added mixed veggies. Just want to grab a little handful of mixed veggies, toss it out onto the green there. Perfect. And now, because you have everything else laid out, you want to add a bit of parsley. I actually usually do the mint first, add some mint in, and I actually take the leaves and I just put them on of the basil. Make sure that every single bite has a basil bite to it. Alright, and lastly over here we still have the cucumber holes. What I want you to do is take a nice knife, and I want you to actually make little tiny thin sticks. Okay, they're going to look like this. I'm sure you've seen them at your Thai food restaurants. Look very thin. You don't want the seeds. It will make the whole thing soggy and kind of wet. So you want to make up a whole bunch of those. Now I am making this pure vegetarian, but it is not always made that way. You can always add in things like shrimps or chicken, whichever you prefer, or just have it plain like this, which is actually completely delicious. So I'm adding this like that. Perfect. And last but not least, I haven't forgotten, we have sauteed onions here, so that have been soaking for a few minutes. These are yellow onions, and I take the extra sauce and I just dip it on a little bit. So that's ponzu sauce, which is soy sauce and citrus mixed together. All right, so we're gonna do the fold. So it's kind of like a very nice wrap. You want to take it from the beginning part, you want to fold it over all of the vegetables, and you want to tuck. So you want to fold it over and then tuck and scoot. Then you want to take the sides and you want to wrap them in a little bit. So easy, and then hold it and just wrap it around. And voila, you have got your very first spring roll. It is completely delicious. You can make a peanut sauce with it. You can just dip it in ponzu or soy, whatever is preferable to you. Well, enjoy, and I hope that this has been a treat for you as well as it has been for me.